So let's start with the first part of the recombinant DNA technology. Right. So this is our first lecture of the recombinant DNA technology. So actually, I was not able to include the previous year question on this part. Okay, but in the evening's lecture, I will show you the what type of questions were there which were asked on these recombinant DNA technology previously. Okay. So now let's start with this some of the basic points. Okay, we are going to understand this entire recombinant DNA technology techniques as of today. Okay, the entire content of this today's lecture is taken from the Pearson's book. Okay, so let's see. So basically, this recombinant DNA technology started back in this 1971 when this Dana and these Nathans published a paper. Okay. In that, they have isolated an enzyme from the bacteria. Okay, and it was used to cut the DNAs of the viruses. So, and the cuttings were at some specific points. Right? So this was the first paper where we had the first picture of this DNA. Okay, and the enzymes which were isolated, these were called as these restriction enzymes. Okay, and from here on, there were various advancements in this recombinant DNA technology. Okay, because right now, because with these advances, with the innovations of these restriction enzymes and these techniques which are there in this paper, from there we started to know that how we can just manipulate the DNAs of different organisms. Okay, and if we are able to manipulate the DNAs of the different organisms like the viruses and bacteria, so maybe we may be this successful in synthesizing these biomolecules which are of our importance, or maybe we may be able to delete, or we may be able to exclude the products which we don't want in that phenotype or genotype. Okay, so all of the manipulations with this gene was possible with this invention. Okay, so for this their works, the Nathans, Hamilton and the Warner also got awarded a Nobel Prize in 1978, because from here on we can say these genetic the recombinant DNA technologies were on full swing. Okay, because right now this paper or their inventions, there obviously there will not be a one paper. Okay, there are a lot of their other research papers, or maybe the entire research is ultimately help this recombinant DNA technology to take a particular this form. Okay, so now the scientist community have a particular fixed kind of SOP or standard procedure, so even if they want to modify the DNA of any organism. Okay, and why we may want to modify the DNA, because ultimately all of these DNA determine the biomolecules or the molecules or the proteins which are going to be synthesized from that. Okay, so we can modify and we can have the expected products from that DNA. Okay, अगर हमें कोई particular biomolecule synthesize करना है, then we can do it with the help of this recombinant DNA technology. Okay. So before start going into the more details, we'll see some of the definitions of this recombinant DNA technology. Okay, कुछ definitions देखते हैं. Let's see. So it covers the various experimental techniques, okay, for these manipulating genes, or you can call it as an DNA. As we have seen in the earlier lecture, gene and the DNA can be used interchangeably. So this technique, recombinant DNA technology, it involves the alterations of the structure of the genetic material. Okay. If you are playing with the gene, or you are playing with the DNA, then you can alter the structure of the genetic material. Okay, and ultimately to create a bacteria which can synthesize insulin and other human proteins. As we have said, if you want particular biomolecules, proteins, okay, or the gene expression to have in a particular organism, like we want to synthesize the insulin and other human proteins, okay, but we were not able to synthesize that in our body, okay, in full amount. So what we did, we will just modify the DNA of the bacteria, and we will make that bacteria to synthesize the insulin or other human proteins. For what? For our consumption. Okay. So that is the one of the benefit. Okay. Another definition, there can be multiple definitions, more than 6 to 8 definition of this recombinant DNA technology. Okay. So one of the other this definition is this is one of the branch of the biology, and it's deal with the splicing and recombination of the genes. Okay. Splicing कट करो और फिर उसको जोड़ो, right? Splice and to recombinate the genetic units, okay, and to ultimately form what? A DNA of living organisms, to what? To produce new species or even to few biochemicals. Okay. See, you can produce new biochemicals. If you are modifying that gene to very high extent, then you can even create a newer species also. So that is the case with the various these hybrid varieties. Right? So you can create a different varieties for our this benefit. Okay. Maybe some wild varieties are prone to some diseases, but you can create an entirely different this species which will be these we can say resistant to the other infections or some other environmental disasters, right, or environmental conditions. Okay, so you can create a newer species for what existence of that species to be important. Okay, agar wo, if you want that species to live on, if you want that species to fight in a particular climate, if you want that species to fight a particular pest, then you can make that happen by manipulating with the genes. Okay, you might have heard about the BT cottons. Okay, biotechnology engineer, these all the cotton techniques, all the cottons varieties, not only cotton, various other plants are there which come with different these varieties and hybridization techniques. Okay, such like that also you can create these highly these modified biological species also, like they are like that of bacteria. Okay, the another definition is the development and the application of the scientific methods. We apply and develop scientific methods in this genetic in this recombinant DNA technology, and to ultimately to manipulate the genetic material to improve the hidden traits of a cell or organism or population. Okay. Suppose you want a certain genetic disease to be removed. Okay, and if it is possible with these recombinant DNA technology to find out that particular thread of gene which is responsible for that hereditary disease, then you may be able to completely exclude this gene from that population. So if you are excluding that gene, that means you are excluding that disease. So you may be able to exclude the diseases also. Right? So these are the different definitions. You can use any one of it. Right? So you can use, although you can use all of this in a kind of an application. Okay, whatever definitions which I have given you can add that in the applications part. Okay. Here I have discussed two applications, but whatever the definitions are also there, the definitions can also be used as an application. Okay, so now let's see the next part, that is the application and the advantage. So the cloning DNA molecules, this is one of the advantage of this DNA recombinant technology. Cloning DNA molecules means that you are making multiple copies of it. Right? So there is no need to read that in detail. Right? Let's see the commercial production of proteins. Right? So you can commercially produce a particular protein. You can commercially produce you can say insulin. Right. So these were some of the applications and advantage. There will be more which we will discuss at the end. Okay, कुछ और भी दो चार add करेंगे. You can use the applications and advantage, the earlier definitions also. वो भी आप डाल सकते हो. Right. Now we are actually going to start with the techniques in this recombinant DNA technology. RDNA technology में जो techniques है वो हम discuss कर रहे हैं. ठीक. Now let's see. Whatever this term DNA technology is there, it is generally specifically this reserved for the molecules which are produced by the joining the DNA, okay, obtained from the different biological species. Okay, you are taking the DNA from different biological species, you are joining and you are forming something new. Okay, you are forming a recombinant kind of DNA for our purpose, for our benefit. Okay. Next is what this method uses nucleic acids biochemistry, principles which are there in the nucleic acid biochemistry, along with the principles which are there in the genetic engineering, and ultimately you are developing a bacteria or viruses or a gene which will ultimately be beneficial for the human race. Okay, everything that you are doing in the biology, zoology, or botany is ultimately helping us also. Okay. Very occasionally we do anything which is going to help others. बाकी लोगों को कुछ, okay, we are less likely to do anything which is helping whales to survive. ऐसा हम करने के बहुत ही कम ही chances. Okay. Although even if you are doing that, okay, in that, okay, behind that also there must be some human motive must be. Okay. So everything surrounds with us also. Okay. If you are saving a particular species, then that will ultimately may come for us also. कहीं ना कहीं इसमें कुछ हमारा ही benefit होगा. That is how we have been developed. we do very less things just to make sure that a particular species will survive. Okay? ऐसा कुछ करने के लिए बहुत ही कम हम करते हैं. Okay, within these क्या बोलते हैं, without thinking of ourselves to think of beneficial of others. Okay, that are the things which are we less likely to do. ठीक है. Next is the basic procedures may involve the following step. Now, what are these procedures are in there? That is the recombinant technology. Okay. See, I have formulated this answer in a kind of good way, so you won't have to go anywhere. Okay. All of these steps I have just given you particular headings also and their explanations also. So you can write in the same manner in the exam. Okay. Same way में आप exam में लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है. And still it will be a very good presentation because everything is given in a proper way. Right. So the DNA purification is the first. You are going to purify the DNA, right? Which you can obtain that from the different sources, different cells, different tissues. Right? The second step in the recombinant DNA technology is the restriction enzymes. Okay, so whatever the restriction enzymes are there, now these enzymes, which was invented by these the scientists which you have seen, Kathleen Jana and these Daniel methods. Okay, they have they sorted out these restriction enzymes, right? So these enzymes will particularly cut a DNA strand at a particular location, okay, at a particular nucleotide sequences, and they will generate particular fragments. Next step in this recombinant DNA technology will be the formation of a vector or a carrier. कुछ वेक्टर कैरी करना होगा, फॉर्म करना होगा या फिर कैरियर फॉर्म करना होगा. Now what they will do? The fragments which will be produced by these restriction enzymes, okay, use your fragments, they need to carry somewhere. Okay, so they will be carried by the vector. Okay, and these fragments will be joined to the DNA molecules to form the vector. वो कैसे vector form होंगे? That vectors will be formed by joining these DNA fragments to the DNA of that. Vector के जो, if you want to form a vector, you can take a DNA, you can add this fragment to that DNA, and the vector will be formed. Okay, we are going to see this vector in this evening's lecture. Exactly what are these? So at that time you will understand how you can take the DNA, how you can add this fragment to that DNA, and you will form a vector. Right? That vector is also called as what? A carrier molecule. Okay. So the vector joined to a DNA fragment is a recombinant DNA molecule. So recombinant DNA molecule exactly क्या होता है? This vector which is joined with this, which is joined by forming what? Fragment to the DNA. Okay. कोई DNA का fragment है. Okay. The fragment of that DNA has been formed by the restriction enzymes. Okay. When that fragment will attach to the DNA, then ultimately you are getting what? A recombinant DNA molecule. Okay. This is the third step, formation of a vector. Fourth, you are doing a cloning. Okay. That means what? Whatever the recombinant DNA molecule is there, you are transferred to that host. Okay. You are going to replicate it. You are going to produce multiple identical copies of it, or ultimately you are going to do the cloning of that recombinant molecule, because you want large amount of insulin to be synthesized. So you will make the insulin fragments. So you will make the fragments of the insulin gene. You will add that insulin fragment gene to a particular DNA. Then a vector will be formed. Then where that vector will be ultimately subjected to the multiplication, the cloning. So there will be lakhs or thousands of these genes which will encode the insulin will be produced. So ultimately क्या होगा? With the lakhs of genes encoding insulin, you will get a higher yield of insulin. Okay. आपको क्या मिलेगी? उससे ज़्यादा yield मिलेगी insulin की, because you want insulin. Right? Insulin just an example. You can take any other example. Right? You can want a biomolecule. Okay. You can say generally a biomolecule. Right? So after that, the multiplication, the host cells will replicate and create a population of the host cells. Okay, carrying the copies of this cloned DNA sequence. So as the multiple cells with this cloned DNA will be produced, will produce what? Large amount of insulin. Okay. Now, if the large amount of insulin has already been produced by the multiple cells which are having multiple copies of these cloned DNA into them, okay, so they will produce large amount of insulin or the biomolecules. So that will ultimately be what? Required to recover and ultimately purified and analyzed. Okay, you can also, this clone DNA can be, you can also recover that DNA also if you want to analyze that DNA in that technique. So you can analyze and you can separate that DNA and you can just particularly these subject tag to the these analysis. Okay. Seventh step is the gene product isolation. See, these are the generalized steps which are given in a particular. You will find lot of other variations also. Okay. So this, even if you write this, this is also going to be perfectly right. Okay. So recombinant DNA, because these ways of recombinant technology or the techniques of the recombinant DNA technology can vary depending on to the outcome or the you want. Okay. आपको जो उसका उसके outcome चाहिए उसके ऊपर depend रहेगा ये sequence of events or what are the events are there which are shown here. But this is just kind of a generalized just technique which is here. Okay. And I suggest you should follow this one. Okay. Because if you follow a particular process which is there for the production of the suppose insulin, okay, or production of some certain organisms, then all of them we can become what very difficult to write. You won't be able to write because you are going to have a limited space. So in the UPSC answer sheet you will have to write this generalized way of recommending technology only. Okay. So let's see the gene product isolation. So whatever the clone DNA is there in that sense, okay, that can be transcribed. Its mRNA is translated and it going to be encoded into particular gene. Okay. So that mRNA, which is going to be formed from this DNA, will show a kind of a gene product. Now then that gene product can be any biomolecules. Okay. कोई भी biomolecules हो सकता है. It can be protein, it can be insulin, it can be this can be enzyme. Okay. So these are the generalized techniques of these recombinant DNA technology. Okay. First, you are going to purify DNA, restriction enzymes will act, the formation of these vectors will be done, then cloning and multiplication will be done, then you can recover that products, then you can isolate the gene product, which will be formed by the DNA. Now, in that, whatever the restriction enzymes we have just talked about, we will have some more information about those restriction enzymes. Right? So let's see. So what they are doing, they are going to cut this DNA at specific recognition sequences. The areas where these restriction enzymes cuts are called as recognition sequences. Okay. These are produced by the bacteria as a defense mechanism against the infection by the viruses. Okay. Who produce these restriction enzymes? Bacteria, which are against the viruses, which may infect them. Okay. So around 100 of these restriction enzymes are commonly used, and almost 200 of them are identified till now. Okay. There will be thousands or there may be millions of such restriction enzymes. Right. So the working of these will be what? Restriction enzymes recognize a particular area in that DNA that is called as recognition sequence, which is there on a particular DNA. Right. So wherever they will go and attach these restriction enzymes, that will be a recognition sequence. Okay. So whenever they attach to a particular recognition sequence, what they will do? They are going to go cut both the strands of DNA. Those strands of DNA, they are going to cut both the strands of DNA. Okay. They can accurately and reproducibly cut the DNA into the restriction fragments. Okay. So they can make those cut again and again. Okay. And that cutting rate is usually going to depend on this formula, that is 4:4 raised to n. Now what is the n? N is the number of nucleotides which are okay. So the enzymes with a 4 base recognition sequence, if the recognition sequence is having this basis A, G, C, T, okay, recognition sequence है अगर उस enzyme का, then 4 nucleotides है, so n is equals to 4. So 4 raised to 4, 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. This will become almost 256. Okay, so this enzyme will cut on every 256 base pairs. ये जो cuts होंगे DNA में वो कितने में होंगे? 256 base pairs पे होंगे, right? So that number of these smaller fragments can be formed, okay, of 256 base pairs, right? So this produces many small fragments. Okay, just a okay, so these are the number of base pairs at which the cuts will be made. AGCT4 nucleotides. If there are 5, then the formula will be 4:5. Then there will be certain different number of base pair these cuts will be there. Okay, so that number of smaller fragments will be produced by that particular enzyme. Okay, so this with this formula there will be many smaller fragments will be produced. Okay, बहुत सारे smaller fragments produce होंगे. Right. So because of the random number, localization, recognition sequence, the actual fragment size can vary. Okay, see, whatever this number of nucleotides we are talking about, it is not going to be fixed for a particular recognition sequence. Okay, ये कभी fix नहीं होगा. Okay, it can be 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 10, 10, 20. Okay, it can vary. Okay, so because of that, the actual number of fragments जो है, okay, that is going to be varied. So there cannot be a fixed pattern that there will be only 256 base pairs fragments will be produced. Okay, it can vary. Right? That is what is the case with these enzymes. Right? Now, after this, some information about the working of that, we are going to see how they are going to cut the DNA strand. Restriction enzymes cut कैसे करेंगे? ठीक है? So the palindrome. What is this? So this is what is called as this palindrome. TGGCCA, TGGCCA. Even if you read in any direction, you will find the same kind of sequence on that strand. Okay, such palindromic sequences are there. Okay, so the recognition sequence containing a symmetry, and here where this nucleotide sequence reads the same on both the strands. These kind of these recognition sequences called as the palindrome. उनको क्या बोला जाता है? Palindrome. Okay. So each of these restriction enzymes cuts the DNA in a particular characteristic pattern. Okay. So whatever these two, see, there will be two strands, right? G, A, C, A. Okay. And there will be another complementary strand will be there here, like the cytosine, here thymine, guanine, thymine, right? So this kind of complementary strand will be there. So whenever these restriction enzymes will sit here, they will cut this strand, right? But there is a fixed pattern here, whether they will cut at this location or whether they will cut this strand at this location and this another strand at this location. Okay, or both these strands at the same location. There is a fixed way. Okay, there is a fixed pattern that will be depending on that particular enzyme. Right? So depending on that, there are two types of cuts are made by that enzyme. So that are the single stranded tails and the blunt ends. Okay. So the cutting can produce these two types of tails. Okay. Cutting जो है वो ये दो types की tail produce कर सकती है. So if that cutting is kind of unequal, so it's going to produce this kind of what? Sticky ends. Okay, that means unequal cutting. Okay, so you can see it was the palindromic sequence. Okay, but this E. coli in this E. coli, okay, it's not going to produce this same kind of cutting of both the strands at the same location. Okay, so even if it is cutting at the same bond, okay, bond पे cut कर रहा है वो adenine and guanine, but because of that the location is not same. Because of the both the strand, what is happening here? There are this kind of sticky ends are. Why they are called as sticky ends? Because they are not uniform. Okay, there will be a lot of this bonding may happen with this. Okay, यहाँ पर adenine 4 bonds can be formed here also. Okay, so the bonding chances are higher here. So this kind of cutting, which is unequal cutting of both of the strands, is called as the sticky end. Okay. It is going to produce single stranded cells. Okay, cutting strands in an offset way. Different way में cut हो रहा है यहाँ पर, right? But this another enzymes like this BAL1, it can create these cuts at the same location in a uniform threads. Okay, and it will form this type of uniform ends. Now these are referred to as blunt ends. इनको क्या बोला जाता है? Blunt ends. So this is cutting both the strands across a line of a symmetry in the palindromic recognition sequence. here the cutting is a symmetric way. Okay, यहाँ पर symmetry है particular, कोई ना कुछ symmetry हो cutting के, right? So this type of is called as what? This producing a blunt. Here there is no symmetric cutting. ऐसे symmetric cutting नहीं, there is a this symmetric cutting is. So this is producing sticky ends. This is producing blunt. So this type of cutting is done by the restriction enzymes on different DNA strands. Okay. Now the last part for this technique, that is the DNA ligase. In the next lecture, we will study more about the vectors which are going to be used in this DNA recombinant technology. Right? But the technique का ये last part हुआ 1.5 this point है, that is the DNA ligases. Okay. What they are going to do? These DNA ligases are going to reseal the strands. अभी जो ये जो ends form हुए ना, or whatever the ends which have been formed by these enzymes, now they are also required to be sealed again. Okay. You cannot just left that DNA hanging. Okay. ऐसे hanging तो नहीं लिख सकते आप. You will have to reseal that DNA strands, right? So that resealing is done by the ligases. Okay. जो enzyme ये resealing करती है ना, these are the ligases enzymes. Okay. So this is how the working of the ligases is there. Here, this is one palindromic sequences are there. Okay. So the E. coli enzymes will form these two types of these threads out of it. These two types of these sticky ends out of it. So fragments with this complementary style will come together in that DNA. Okay. So they are going to allow to come together, and these DNA ligases, okay, these are going to seal these gaps which are there in between. So they are going to form that this bonding amongst them. Okay. So with the work of these DNA ligases, ultimately these strands which were separated, they get ultimately separated, ultimately joined again. Okay. Because you want that joining to be happen again. You cannot just leave that DNA as it is. So this is done by the DNA ligases. Right. So this is the last part of this technology. Here, this recombinant technology technique comes to an over. Okay. Now, from here on, we will study about this. What are these vectors are there? What are the examples which are given in our syllabus? Okay. So we'll deal with that part in our evenings 5:15 p.m. lecture. Okay. Here we are stopping here our lecture. Okay. So with this, goodbye. Have a great day. Bye bye.